Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in for today's story, and for today we are going to keep the same theme from last week. Last week's video was about a satanic cult murder rampage. Make sure you check that one out as well. And for this week, we have a satanic exorcism which resulted in death. Yes, we are taking a look into the murder of a girl named Charity Miranda Martin. Murder or exorcism? You get to choose. Let's get started. Charity Miranda Martin was a 17-year-old girl who lived in Sayville. That's a cool name, isn't it? She was also a popular student in Sayville High School, and she did good with her studies. She was a cheerleader, and her friends described her as bubbly and outgoing. Charity worked after school in a local pizza parlor. Her parents were divorced and her father lived elsewhere, so she lived with her mother Vivian, who was 40, and her two sisters, Elizabeth, who was 15, and Serena, 21 years old. Charity's household was extremely religious, and when I say extremely, I mean obsessively. They started studying Santeria, but Charity avoided it because Santeria's ceremonies included animal sacrifices. Wouldn't you avoid it too? Vivian raised her daughters under strict religious rules. She educated the girls at home, and she only allowed them to go to school during their high school years. Vivian also had a strong influence in Serena, and this would be instrumental later on, and you will see that. Vivian also didn't believe in medicine, so if anyone got sick, they were in big trouble, and big trouble happened. Indeed it did. Weeks prior to her death, Charity got sick. She had lost weight, she felt fatigued and sick, and she had been absent from school. But her mother didn't take her to the doctor. Her mother, Vivian, had a different take on what was going on with Charity. Vivian thought Charity was possessed by demons. According to Elizabeth, they tried to get rid of the demons inside Charity for months. Elizabeth described Charity at the time as someone who had no love in her. Charity's body broke out in a rash of pimples. She got thin. She had a wart on her finger. Elizabeth also stated Charity had lost her willpower and became depressed. And she said that Charity also believed she was possessed. But did she? So Vivian, the mom, decided Charity needed an exorcism to free her from the demons she had inside. So on January 18, 1997, Vivian, Elizabeth, and Serena performed an exorcism on Charity. The exorcism lasted 7 hours. They held Charity down when she was screaming and crying because the demon was fighting them. But was it? Vivian then decided the exorcism had failed, so she decided Charity needed to die. At that moment, Vivian told Elizabeth to leave the living room, and she did. Elizabeth went to her bedroom. Vivian and Serena first used a couch pillow to kill Charity, but it didn't work. Then Serena held Charity's body down, and Vivian placed a plastic bag with a blanket on Charity's head until Charity suffocated to death. After Charity died, Vivian told Serena and Elizabeth not to cry. Then they held hands and they listened to Frank Sinatra while they read passages from the Bible until the police arrived. But they weren't the ones calling the police. On Sunday, an aunt came to the house in Sayville to pick up some clothes, and she found Charity's body at the foot of the stairs with her face down. And then the aunt called the police. Vivian and Serena were arrested, and they were charged with the murder of Charity, Vivian for suffocating Charity, and Serena for helping. Elizabeth wasn't charged because she didn't participate in the killing. Instead, Elizabeth gave testimony to the police to recount what had happened and why. Both Vivian and Serena pleaded not guilty to the murder charge. Elizabeth stayed with her father, Arden Martin, and Arthur also supported Serena during trial. He was always there in the courtroom. Vivian's lawyer stated he believed Vivian was capable of understanding the charges against her and participate in her defense. Both Serena and Vivian's lawyer stated both women weren't insane, but both of them suffered a mental defect because of their intense religious beliefs. Well, the only information I have about the trial is that the judge decided Vivian wasn't responsible by reason of insanity. Now, Serena, I wasn't able to find any information on what happened to her. And well, to finish the story, some rumors suggest Charity's death was actually a sacrifice.